का शरीर, मन और आत्मा के तल पर क्या प्रभाव है, हम लोग बात करने जा रहे हैं। जो मैंने यहाँ प्रेजेंटेशन बनाई है उसमें हम लोग यही बात करेंगे। विल टॉक अबाउट दिस टॉपिक अंडर दीज हेड्स। व्हाई डू वी डू this Osho Meditative Therapies? Why to be done? What are these meditative therapies that Osho has given? And what is the impact of these meditative therapies on physical, mental, and spiritual health? So first of all, why to do this? What is the need of these Osho Meditative Therapies? इनकी क्या जरूरत है? जो पहले जो साधना पद्धतियां थी, क्या वो आज के आदमी पे वैसे ही फिट हो सकती हैं? क्या वो एंशिएंट मेथड्स ऑफ मेडिटेशन मॉडर्न मैन के ऊपर अप्लाई हो सकते हैं वैसे के वैसे? क्या जो पतंजलि ने अष्टांग योग दिया, जिसमें वो बात करते हैं 8 सीढ़ियों की, कि एक 8 पायदान है समाधि तक पहुंचने के, जैसे कि यम, नियम, आसन, प्राणायाम, प्रत्याहार, धारणा, ध्यान, और ध्यान की बात आती है 7वें पायदान पे, और 8वें पे समाधि, जिसको हम कहें एनलाइटनमेंट, बुद्धत्व, ज्ञान, कोई भी नाम हम देना चाहें। और पतंजलि ने इसको कहा योग, यानी वननेस विद एग्जिस्टेंस। तो अगर हम यही चीज अप्लाई करें आज के आदमी के लिए, तो क्या ये संभव है कि हम ये साधना कर सकते हैं? यम, नियम, आसन, प्राणायाम, इन पहले का जो व्यक्ति था वो चला जाता था जंगल में, आश्रम होते थे। आज तो जंगल में यदि आप जाना चाहें तो आपको अनुमति मिलेगी नहीं, फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट वाले आपको पकड़ लेंगे। और जंगल तो बच्चे ही बहुत थोड़े से हैं, रिजर्व, जहाँ पे जीव जंतु, बाकी तो हम लोग ने उनका छीन लिया है आवास, तो वहां पे तो अलाउ ही नहीं आपको। और दूसरी बात, आज के आदमी के पास क्या इतना समय है कि वो साधना में पूरी की पूरी तरह से दे सके? आज के समय में वही साधना टिक सकती है, एप्लीकेबल हो सकती है, जो हम जहां हैं, जैसे हैं, उसमें हम जोड़ सके। तो जो लाइफ स्टाइल है मेडिटेशन का, जो पहले की साधना पद्धतियों में है, वो आज के आदमी के लिए मौजूद नहीं हो सकता। और आज के आदमी के लिए ध्यान में जो बाधाएं हैं, आदमी बदल गया है, वो आदमी नहीं जो पहले 5000 वर्ष पूर्व था। तो जैसे आजकल हम लोग लाओत्सु पे सुन रहे हैं, ओशो की वाणी, जो उनका जो ग्रंथ है ताओ ते चिंग, उसमें परसों बता रहे हैं लाओत्सु कि व्यक्ति को अपनी ऊर्जा जो है वो जंगल में जाके आखेट में should not be distracted by hunting and horse race and betting on the horse race. So he has, at that time when he said this, these were the 2 obstacles that people used to go for hunting, they waste their time, and also betting on the horse race. But right now for us, there are hundreds of obstacles. So if we apply Lao Tzu system now, so we will be confused what Lao Tzu is saying, not betting on the horse and not going to forest for hunting. I mean, nobody can think of that. There are so many obstacles now, which were not at that time. What are the obstacles to man? chattering mind. All the time, you see, mind is chattering. There is thoughts and rushing, and it's always a rush hour. Just 2 days before, one of my relative was watching television next to my room, and it was so much of noise that I went there, and in the television there was some hot debate going on, everybody shouting, and you see howling and abusing each other. Some, panel, on the panel there was discussion. Some Hindus, some Muslims, they were allegations on each other. Not discussion, not talking, they were just shouting, abusing. So I said that, why don't you change the channel? Isn't that disturbing you? You should watch some peaceful channel, some music going on, so that your mind can be silent. He said, no, this watching this, I become silent. I said, how? He said, when I watch some song or some soothing music, my mind goes on rushing, and it's so much of noise inside. But when I watch the television, everybody shouting, then my mind becomes silent. I said, this is a revelation for me. I could never think of this thing can happen. So this 2 days before, my mystery was revealed, why the TRP of such kind of channels is so high, everybody watching this. So this is, the mind chatter is so much that there is hardly any gap in between. So with that mind, if we want to do meditation, impossible. No previous sadhana system existing I was talking about can apply to this kind of mind. Emotional repressions. So much of suppression is there in emotions we are holding back. So, people were also coming from West at the time. Osho was conducting silent meditations. And he observed that the people cannot even sit. He asked, what is this? So the people said that there is so much of trauma back in my childhood, and there is so much of fight, back at home. If you are talking about meditation, we cannot even listen to it. So cleansing of these emotional repression, release of these emotional repression is necessary before we start meditating. Restlessness. Such a restless person has never existed on earth. This is something very new. You must have observed that if you see some gentleman, a young person in front of you, can he sit silently for 5 minutes? No, he will immediately take out his mobile, what is there, what message, what something. If there is no message, he start playing some game, or if there is nothing, he will start take cigarette or pan masala, so that his restlessness is released somehow. He is not able to sit even. So this is something new, exclusive to modern man. Irritation. All the time he's sitting on a volcano. Just pinch him. He is in the restlessness. You see, in a traffic, you must have seen that if there is a red light, he cannot wait. He has to take some way. Maybe it's taking much more long time, but he cannot wait. And you see, it's not that he don't have time. Just you pinch him, and then he will keep his scooter aside, and then will fight with you for 1 hour, 2 hours. I don't know how much long time he has. So it is not the lack of time, but such irritation is there inside happening. Sleep problem. So not to talk much about, everybody has experienced it, and people say that you just mix the tranquilizer in the water tank and everybody can sleep. You see, taking water. So that is so common. Anger. We are having this anger within us. I know, you know. Just, I mean, we are holding it back because the boss is angry on us. We cannot express ourselves. We hold it back and it is not gone. It is there. And those blocks are there. And conditioning, knowledge, yes, there is so much of information and bombardment, you see. And you may be thinking that knowledge is good for meditation. No. In Upanishad, there is one sentence you will be surprised to know. अज्ञान तो भटकाता ही है, ज्ञान महाअंधकार में भटकाता है। इसका अर्थ यह है कि जो हमारे भीतर जो ज्ञान है वो हमारे अनुभव को खोलने नहीं देता, नए अनुभव के लिए हमें पात्र नहीं बनाता। तो ये जो ज्ञान है जिसको हमने समझ लिया है, जानकारी, उसको पोंछ देना है। तो ये एक बाधा है। जो लोग कम्युनिस्ट, जैसे आजकल ये ओशो मेडिटेशन रशिया में बहुत पॉपुलर है, क्योंकि उनकी रिलीजियस नॉलेज और कंडीशनिंग नहीं होती, तो वो ध्यान में बहुत आसानी से चले जाते हैं, बमुकाबले कि जो हिंदू और मुस्लिम जिनके दिमाग में पहले से ही विचार है ध्यान के संबंध में। आपको भी एक बार, पहली बार ध्यान बहुत आसानी से घटित हो जाता है, दूसरी बार जब ध्यान करने बैठते हैं तो उसका एक प्रतिभिज्ञा रहती है कि वही अनुभव हो, तो वो बाधा है आगे अनुभव के लिए। तो वो स्लेट पूछ जाए तो हम आगे के अनुभव के लिए खुल जाते हैं। और बहुत सारी कंडीशनिंग है अपने भीतर। और सीरियस, हम लोग इतने सीरियस हो गए हैं, और ओशो कहते हैं कि सीरियसनेस इज सिकनेस। कहते हैं वो कि मैं किसी भी बात के लिए सीरियस नहीं हूं, एक चीज के लिए सीरियस हूं, और वो है हंसना। तो अभी हम लोग ने, मैं देख रहा हूं, मैं भी सीरियस हो गया, आप भी सीरियस हो गए हैं, बहुत सीरियस। तो एक ठहाका हो जाए एक ठहाका। डॉक्टर संदीप, आपने माइक सबके अनम्यूट कर लिया, मुझे तो ठहाका ही नहीं सुनाई दे रहा है। तो सभी लोगों के माइक अपने अनम्यूट कर लें और आपका ठहाका मुझ तक पहुंचना चाहिए, ताकि ये जो सिकनेस है इससे हम लोग अभी छुटकारा पा जाएं। थेरेपीज हैं, ये सब पे काम करती है। जो मैंने ऑब्स्टेकल्स बताई, ये इनको ऐसे दूर करती हैं। अभी मैं उन्हीं की बात करने जा रहा हूँ, जो सीरियसनेस है।
डॉक्टर विकास, आपको अनम्यूट करना पड़ेगा। डॉक्टर विकास, आपको अनम्यूट करना पड़ेगा। यू हैव टू अनम्यूट योर।
ओशो याद कराते हैं गोरख का प्रसिद्ध वचन, हसीबा खेलीबा धरीबा ध्यान। तो जो ये थेरेपीज हैं वो इन ऑब्स्टेकल्स को ऐसे दूर करती हैं। कैसे, वो अभी हम उसकी वैज्ञानिकता पर एक एक बात करेंगे। तो आगे बात करते हैं हम लोग। ओशो मेडिटेटिव थेरेपीज है क्या, जो कि इन ऑब्स्टेकल्स से हमें निजात, इतना मैंने जैसे ऐसे किया ऐसे क्विकली छुटकारा पा जाए इन ऑब्स्टेकल्स से। तो ये क्या है? ये एनर्जेटिक प्रोसेस है दैट लीड टू फाइनल स्टेज ऑफ साइलेंट सेल्फ अवेयरनेस। तो ये ऐसी प्रक्रियाएं हैं जो कि हमें फाइनली सहज, सरल, मौन, सजगता में ले जाती है। इतनी सिंपल सी प्रोसेसेस हैं, अभी मैं उनकी बात करूंगा, आपको खुद आश्चर्य होगा कि इतनी सिंपल सी प्रक्रिया, जैसे अभी हम लोग हंस रहे हैं, ये कैसे हमें इन साइलेंट स्टेज में ले जा सकती है, अभी मैं उनकी बात करूंगा। इतनी सिंपल सी प्रोसेस है और वो ये थेराप्यूटिक हो जाती है। इनको थेरेपी क्यों कहते हैं हम लोग? क्योंकि इनका इफेक्ट थेरेप्यूटिक है, ये हील करती है। जैसे हम कोई दवाई इस्तेमाल करते हैं, वो डिसईज पे काम करती हैं, तो ये डिसईज से हमें ईज में ले जाती हैं, इनको थेरेपी कहते हैं। जैसे कोई दवाई हम एक कोर्स के रूप में करते हैं, ऐसे ही ये प्रक्रियाएं भी एक कोर्स के रूप में की जाती हैं, इसलिए इनको थेरेपी कहते हैं। ये थेरेपी जो है वो व्यक्ति कराते हैं जो इस अनुभव से गुजर चुके हैं और वो ट्रेंड हैं इसको कराने के लिए, वो ये थेरेपी करवाते हैं। कौन सी थेरेपी है वो? ओशो ने 3 प्रक्रियाएं दी हैं मेडिटेटिव थेरेपी, 1988 और 89 में ये डेवलप की। ओशो मिस्टिक रोज थेरेपी, ओशो नो माइंड थेरेपी और ओशो बॉर्न अगेन थेरेपी। तो अब हम लोग एक एक थेरेपी पे बात करेंगे, यहाँ पे उसकी वैज्ञानिकता कैसे काम करती है। ओशो मिस्टिक रोज थेरेपी। अभी मैं इस मिस्टिक रोज थेरेपी, इसका नाम क्यों पड़ा मिस्टिक रोज, इसके बारे में एक मैं वीडियो अभी शेयर करता हूं आपसे कि इसको क्यों कहते हैं मिस्टिक रोज।
The symbol of the mystic rose is that if man takes care of the seed that he is born with, gives it right soil, gives it right atmosphere and right vibrations, moves on a right path where the seed can start growing, then the ultimate growth is symbolized as the mystic rose. When your being blossoms and opens all its petals and releases the beautiful fragrance.
ओशो ने ये मिस्टिक रोज थेरेपी दी। ये 21 दिन करने वाली प्रक्रिया है जो कि 7 दिन के 3 चरणों में की जाती है। जो इसका पहला चरण है वो हंसने का है, अकारण हंसी पे जोर है। आप कहेंगे हमें तो कोई जोक सुनाता है तो हमें हंसी आती है, तो वो भी अलाउ है कि आप कोई बात पे हंस रहे हैं, इस प्रक्रिया में इंटरेक्शन भी अलाउ है। अगर कुछ लोग मिल के हंसना चाहें तो वो भी अलाउ है। इसमें बोलना नहीं है, नॉन वर्बल। तो इसमें अकारण हंसी पे जोर है और वो होती है। आप हंसना शुरू करें तो हंसी और भीतर से हंसी को लाती है। जो इसका पहला चरण है वो 7 दिन का है, लाफ्टर फॉर नो रीजन एट ऑल, एंड लाफ्टर ब्रिंग्स आउट more and more laughter from within, and even 3 hours are less. ये एक शोध की गई कि हंसना जो थेरेप्यूटिक होता है, अभी मैं उन शोध की बात करूंगा, जो हम लोग बीच बीच में हंस लेते हैं 1 मिनट के लिए, कुछ सेकंड के लिए कहा जाए, तो उसका थेरेप्यूटिक इफेक्ट नहीं है। जो पूरा थेरेप्यूटिक इफेक्ट है वो तब आता है जब 30 मिनट के ऊपर हो जाती है, ये शोध किया गया है। और 20 मिनट पे भी आता है इफेक्ट, बट वो कम आता है, लेस देन ऑप्टिमम। तो जब आप 3 घंटे हंसते हैं तो वो पूरा जो थेरेप्यूटिक इफेक्ट है वो क्या है, वो मैं अभी आपसे शेयर करूंगा। फिर दूसरा चरण अपने आप आता है। ये लेयर्स हैं। पहला जो ऊपर की लेयर है वो हंसी की है। जब वो पूरा आप 7 दिन तक के उठ जाता है, और जैसे कि एक झरना, उसके ऊपर हम रोके हुए थे, हंसना भी हम लोग रोकते हैं। तो छोटे बच्चे आपने देखे होंगे कैसे खिलखिलाते रहते हैं। कोई लड़की छोटी सी हंसती है, हम माँ उसको कहती है क्या फुहड़ जैसी हंस रही है, तो उसको दबा देते हैं हम लोग, उसको जो नैसर्गिक जो क्षमता है, तो उसको उठने देना है। तो फिर दूसरी लेयर अब जो भीतर है दबी हुई, वो अपने आप आती है, वो है रुदन की। सेकेंड स्टेज ऑफ मिस्टिक रोज इज क्राइंग, allowing the tears. And about the tears, I will talk about the tears. There are 3 kinds. Just I am sharing my slide with you about these. दूसरा चरण जो क्राइंग का है, उसके बाद में तीसरा चरण आता है अपने आप मौन का। और जो भी मित्र इस थेरेपी को किए हैं, आप में से भी बहुत सारे मित्र इसको कर चुके हैं, बहुत लोकप्रिय मेडिटेटिव थेरेपी है ये। और मैंने तो सुना है कई लोग ऐसे हैं कि जो यही करते हैं और बार बार करते हैं। तो जो इसका जो कहें हम जो थेरेप्यूटिक आउटकम है, वो इसके अलग अलग, अभी मैं बात करूंगा, उसके अलग अलग प्रभाव के जोड़ से ज्यादा है, ऐसा प्रतीत होता है। तो तीसरा चरण है साक्षी का। द थर्ड स्टेज ऑफ this therapy for 7 days is sitting silently doing nothing. We call this stage watcher on the hill. Feeling your body sitting silently and feeling as if it is all happening to somebody else. And you are just watching. तो ये तीसरा चरण वो गहरे ध्यान का प्रयोग है जो अपने आप आता है। ये मिस्टिक रोज के बारे में मैं आपसे अभी ये स्लाइड शेयर करता हूं। So this is a 3 weeks process, 3 hours each day. First week is of laughter, laughing for no reason. Interaction is allowed. If some friends want to laugh together, it's perfectly okay. Second week is crying, and crying happens naturally after laughter week, allowing the tears to wipe off all the pain that is hidden inside, all the suppression, all that you are holding back is washed away with the tears. Third week, witnessing happens naturally, and this we call watcher on the hill, as if it's all happening to somebody else. Now, laughter. About the physical health, I have already talked in this spiritual doctor's session, and this video is available, and a lot many very insightful videos you will find on this channel of spiritual doctors, and I recommend these videos. So this laughter about this effect on physical, mental, and spiritual well-being I've already shared. Right now I am just summarizing. And there is plenty of research, and this review in particular I want to quote by Bennett and Lengacher. And they have many systematic reviews of hundreds of research paper on laughter's therapeutic effect on body, mind. And just I'm summarizing, this is immune system enhancement by T cell activation and B cell activation causing antibodies to be secreted. Cardiac conditioning, it is like your internal jogging of the heart, opening up the collaterals, and reduction of the stress hormones. It has been found reduction of cortisol, that is a stress hormone, muscles relaxation, pain reduction through release of endorphins, enkephalins, blood pressure lowering, improved blood flow, positive effect in respiratory ailment, brain balancing, blood sugar leveling, and this has been shown. HbA1c is lowered. Now, mental health. This is the paper by Hari and Lorica, the effect on mental health. This is a very beautiful review. They have reviewed it in these headings: improving positive emotion, stimulation of cognition, reducing stress, improving positive coping. And what is the effect on spiritual health? Osho has opened this beautiful door that laughter creates a state of no mind, and that leads to meditation automatically. You cannot think and laugh together. If you are thinking and laughing, then your laughter will be just hocus pocus, just lukewarm. So your laughter coming from the belly leads to this state, no mind, and it is compiled in this book, full chapter on laughter from medication to meditation. Now, crying, about tears. About laughter, everybody knows that there are laughter clubs. People are now so aware that in the morning they gather together in park and everywhere they laugh together, starting the day. That's beautiful. But what about crying? You will be surprised to know now in Japan, there are crying clubs also. As in India, you find laughter clubs, people together laughing. In Japan, they gather together for crying also. And there are researches in Japanese journals also, and in many other journals I have found that I am presenting here. Okay, I have the papers. There are systematic reviews on these tears. Tears are of three types. Basal tears, that you have these lacrimal glands. These are needed to lubricate the eyes for your vision so that the eyes don't get dry. So they are needed. Also, they contain lysozymes so that the bacteria, the microbes, they are killed. So these are needed, called basal tears, secretions all through. Reflex tears, when you get irritants. For example, you cut some onions, then you get tears. You are exposed to some pollutants or some irritants, you get tears. So these are reflex tears. So these two are also seen in animals, but emotional tears, third kind, is exclusive to man. And they are finding for many years in chimpanzees whether any animal cries, have some emotional tears. No, it's exclusive to man. And this is the study. This is not a study. This is a review in 2014, very exhaustive review. And in Google, if you write self-soothing effect crying, you will find this, quoting hundreds of researches on these emotional tears, wiping away your emotional suppressions, the pain, the agony inside. So they have found, there is a research that two sets of people, one peeling onions, having this tears, physiological, and the other emotional tears, watching the sad movie. The tears, the constituents are different, containing those hormones So those are released through the emotional tears. And it's an experience of everybody, especially women who are allowed to weep. And they have experienced it after crying for a few minutes even. They are so much calmed down and relaxed. So much of stress and tension is gone, wiped away. Also, it has been found that enhances mood and relieves pain through the release of oxytocin and endorphin, particularly metenkephalin, that is released. So that releases the emotional repressions. Now, spiritual health, about that, the religious texts are there. They attribute the tears for gratitude, surrender, acceptance, love, and prayer for the spiritual growth. The two systems of meditative path, one is of awareness, the other is of devotion. And the path of devotion is through the tears, cannot avoid this. So this is integral part of that. So that's about the second stage, crying. Now, witnessing. About witnessing, everybody knows a lot of researches about Vipassana, about Zazen, physical health, awareness of the psychosomatic disorders. So these are relieved, reduction of pain by releasing endorphins and enkephalins. Mental health calms the rush of thoughts. As you watch the thoughts, the rush of thoughts slows down because you are now no more giving energy to thoughts. You are withdrawing your energy. So the rush of thoughts is calm, is slowed down. And all the problems associated with those thoughts, the restlessness, the irritation, the agitation, stabilizes the mood swings. Whether you are excited by some happy moment or sad moment or whatever moment, it stabilizes. So that about mental health. Witnessing is the essence of most spiritual disciplines. And the emphasis is on choiceless awareness. So that's about the mystic rose therapy. Now, number 2 therapy, I am going to talk about the no mind therapy. Dr. Sandeep has told me that please avoid continuously showing the slides. So I am right now taking a break. Okay, so about no mind therapy, I've always been excited. I do it 2 times a year myself, whether be online or offline. So this therapy could be offered online as well. The other therapies are best done in groups, in person. When the other participants are there, there is a group energy. So there is some interaction that is boosting up the group energy. So no mind therapy we have done several times in COVID time as well. So everybody has found it so powerful to lead in silence automatically. Just a glimpse I will be giving you that many evenings we are doing these days also in the evening online satsang that we do. So we will have the taste after this session also about this no mind, short taste of 17 minutes. We will have that. Dr. Sandeep, could you please message my mobile number here so that if anybody wants to join the online meditation can also join. My number is 8799-433-656. These meetings are free. 8799-433-656. Each day 6:30 to 8, we have Osho discourse. These days, we are listening to a Chinese mystic, Lao Tzu. After that, we do this meditation. So here's my number. Yes, any friend who want to join this, most welcome. And about this no mind meditation, this is 7 days therapy. As a meditation, one can do any duration of time, any time of day, but as a therapy, it is 7 days, 2 hours each day. 1 hour, 1 hour, 2 steps. First step is uttering gibberish. There was a saint called Jabbar, and he used to speak like this. As I will be speaking, blah, 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 like this, speaking. He used to speak like this, and the idea he was giving is that our mind is gibberish. Our mind is a nonsense word going on. So just put it aside and you will be able to feel your clean, perceptive, no mind state, in which silent state meditation happens by itself. So we will be doing it. Osho will be conducting it. I will play this audio after this session. So this is 1 hour each, 2 session, 2 stages, gibberish, and then silent sitting, 1 hour, 1 hour. So that is no mind therapy, because it easily leads to a state of no mind. And we all have this chattering mind, as I have already shared with you. And with this mind, if we want to meditate, it's not possible. So this is the most important therapy. Now I am talking about the third diamond, called Osho Born Again Meditative Therapy. This is also 7-day therapy, done 2 hours each day, consisting of 2 steps, 60 minutes, 60 minutes. One stage is be a child. We will be giving you suggestions of hypnosis to lead you to a state of becoming child again. Not remembering childhood, but being a child again. And in that state, do whatever you would like to do. And I have seen people just becoming child, giggling, laughing, dancing, playing. I will be showing you the video right now. And see, there are so much of childhood trauma, especially the Western people, also Indians. Osho Born Again Therapy जो है, वो 7 दिन का जो प्रयोग है, वो 2 घंटे रोज किया जाता है. इसमें 2 चरण हैं, 60 मिनट और 60 मिनट के. पहले चरण में बालवत हो जाते हैं, और उस अवस्था में, उस बच्चे जैसी भाव दशा में जो कुछ भी होता है होने दें. और जैसा कि मैंने देखा है ग्रुप्स में, पहले मेरा अनुभव है कि लोग खेलते हैं. अभी मैं उसका वीडियो दिखाऊंगा, ओशो धाम में वो हो रहा है, सारे लोग बच्चे खेल रहे हैं. और क्योंकि खेलना भी दवा है. अब कहते हैं कि बच्चे को कि खेलना नहीं है, तुम ये करो, बैठो यहाँ पर और पढ़ो. खेलो, पढ़ोगे लिखोगे तो होगे नवाब, खेलोगे कूदोगे तो होगे खराब. अब बच्चे के अंदर एक डाइकोटमी, एक अंतर्द्वंद क्रिएट हो जाता है कि खेलना अलग है और पढ़ना सीरियस है, अलग चीज है. बालवत अवस्था में उसके लिए सब कुछ खेल है, लेकिन उसके भीतर ये द्वंद भी में खड़ा हो जाता है, जो कि हमें सीरियस अलग कर देता है उससे. कि कुछ ऐसा है जो खेल है अलग, और कुछ ऐसा है जो सब कुछ सीरियस है और वो सीरियस चीजें बढ़ती जाती हैं आगे। तो हम आज ऐसे व्यक्ति हो जाते हैं कि बिल्कुल रिजिड, आप देखें लोगों को एकदम फेस से जो पता चल जाएगा आपको कि कितने गंभीर, कि पूरा भार उनके ऊपर है जिंदगी का। छोटे बच्चे आपने देखा होगा कितने सरल, कितने सुंदर। आपने कोई कुरूप बच्चा देखा? नहीं, सारे बच्चे सुंदर होते हैं। तो क्या हो जाता है कि कुरूपता आ जाती है, ये ग्रंथियां भीतर इकट्ठा हो जाती हैं। देयर आर ब्लॉक्स दैट हैपन विद इन द एनर्जी फ्लो। द चाइल्ड ब्रीथेस फ्रॉम द बेली। वी आर लिसनिंग टू ताओ Te Ching Lao Tse, and he says, breathe from the belly like a child. So in that child breathing, you are revitalized, you are energetic, you are fresh again, connected with yourself, the child within. So that all blocks are unblocked. So that is the therapy. So that is the first stage, and the second stage happens. And we don't say that you sit like in meditative posture and serious and witness. No, we say that in second stage of born again, you sit like a child. Just allow, being a child, allow whatever is happening. And you see, the child has meditative quality inbuilt. I mean, being a child and being meditative is the same thing. That's why we all hanker for our childhood, the sweet golden days. Everybody remember the poets go on writing poems that those times were so glorious times that कवि कहते हैं, गायक कहते हैं कि लौटा दो मुझे वो बचपन का जीवन, वो छोटे बचपन, वो गलियों में घूमना, वो लोरी सुनना, और वो जो बालपन है। चाहे मुझसे मेरी शोहरत ले लो, चाहे मुझसे मेरी जवानी ले लो, चाहे मुझसे मेरी दौलत ले लो, लेकिन मुझे वो लौटा दो। तो वो क्या है? वो वही ध्यान की अवस्था है जो बच्चे की होती है, नैसर्गिक। तो ये अपना बचपन पुनः प्राप्त करना, ये है ओशो बॉर्न अगेन थेरेपी। इसके बारे में एक वीडियो मैं आपको दिखाता हूं जो ओशो धाम में हुआ। ओशो बॉर्न अगेन मेडिटेटिव थेरेपी 7 दिन का एक विशेष ग्रुप है। इसके पहले 1 घंटे अपने बचपन में प्रवेश कर जाते हैं और बच्चे की भाव दशा में जो भी करना चाहें करें। नाचना, गाना, उछलना, कूदना, चीखना, रोना, कुछ भी, किसी भी मुद्रा में। दूसरे चरण में 1 घंटे बस मौन बैठ जाते हैं। एक ताजगी और सरलता का अनुभव होता है और ध्यान बहुत सहज हो जाता है। ओशो बॉर्न अगेन थेरेपी जो है वो एक सुंदर सा आश्रम है, ओशो निसर्गा धर्मशाला, हिमाचल प्रदेश में। तो वो ये होने वाला है वहां पर ये थेरेपी जून में, 7 दिन का प्रयोग। तो उसमें भी आप आमंत्रित हैं। ये जो बॉर्न अगेन थेरेपी है, जो इट्स अ 7-day प्रोसेस, 2 hours each day as I have shared, 2 घंटे रोज। और इसमें पहला जो चरण है अपने बचपन में प्रवेश और बालवत अवस्था में जो कुछ भी हो होने दें. Being a child, allow dancing, singing, everything is allowed, nothing is prohibited except touching other people. Second hour is sitting in silence, simply sitting as a child, and meditation happens on its own. Physical health. अब इसका हेल्थ पे क्या असर है? आप तो बच्चे हो गए, तो उसका हमारे शरीर पर क्या प्रभाव है? आपको स्वयं के अपने अनुभव से पता होगा. जो हमारी एज होती है वो कहीं यहाँ है, तो हम जैसे भी भीतर महसूस करते हैं, अगर आप अपने आप को बूढ़ा अनुभव करते हैं तो वैसे ही शरीर अनुगमन करेगा. अगर आप अपने को युवा समझते अनुभव करते हैं उस ऊर्जा है, तो शरीर भी उसका अनुगमन करेगा. तो फिजिकल हेल्थ, when you are childlike, when you mimic like a child also, then also you get that freshness and energy. You must have seen with your experience, you are tired coming from your office, suppose, and you start playing with children in your home. Then suddenly, I mean, that you forget about that tiredness. Just playing with the kids for just 30 minutes or so, you become fresh, more energetic. Although you have spent more ATP, more energy than sitting in the office. Here, playing may be requiring more ATP, more energy as if the body is concerned, but you feel more fresh. And Osho has quoted one lady, and she was an old lady playing with her granddaughter. And she did an experiment. She played with the kid, not only mimicking, but becoming in that state as the child she felt is in. When the child was rushing for butterfly, she in the same state, rushing after the butterfly. Whatever the child was doing, playing with the sand, playing with the toys, in that state, and she was playing. Not as an adult, she was playing with the kid, but being in the same space as the child must be. And she has written a book where she narrates that it must be the same experience as I am feeling. The saints have mentioned the state of enlightenment, the state of Satchit Anand that is mentioned in the scripture. I experience the same thing as it is written. So that as you get the thoughts, emotions, the body follows. The same flexibility, the same vitality. You start with mimicking, playing, and soon the ripples, they reach inside and you become a child. You see, you must have seen that you were serious talking. Suppose we are talking right now here. Some baby comes. We start talking with the baby in her language and speaking as if we are child. We become light soon. We find the milieu, the serious atmosphere has been released. So everybody loses the ego, the barriers, the wall. So that happens. Mental health, childlike playfulness is a seriousness buster. There can be no seriousness buster than this childlike playfulness. So innocence takes away the anxiety and stress. Maybe you were having that kind of tension, holding stress, and then this innocence, the childlike state, then you forget everything. So the effect on mental health, the spiritual health, non-duality, Advait Anubhav. The therapies I have talked earlier, they lead to witnessing. Duality is there. The witness and the witness. The watcher and the watched. The duality is there. This is the therapy which leads to Advait, non-duality, oneness. So that is the state, the uniqueness of a child, that you had this experience before, and we hanker for it. So we say that we get the conditioning, we grow up, the so-called growth should not be called growth actually, but we grow old actually, we not grow up, we grow old. And then with the experience, then when you throw your conditioning out, your seriousness out, your knowledge, your whatever the dust you have gathered, then becoming saint again means becoming child again. So all the saints, one thing common, become childlike. So the circle is complete. You start from childhood. In childhood, you had that, but you were ignorant about it. You had the experience, but you were not aware of that state. Then by the knowledge and conditioning, you go into samsara, and then by voluntarily, by consciousness, by your will, you have unblocked, you have just thrown away all the conditioning dust, and you be child again, circle complete. So that is the experience of Advait, oneness and blissfulness. So that's about the born again therapy.